Oh, and we are live.
Hello, Red Devils! Welcome to this live watch along today. Me and Sagar are back, and we'll take you through the disappointing start that Man United had for the game. It's 13 minutes in, 1-0 down to Newcastle, all the new signings on the bench. What do you have to say about our lineup and about the start so far? With all the noise of the international break, Harry Maguire finds a way in. Luke Shaw manages to score an own goal, the two
Luke
culprits
Shaw.
of our first
Yeah.
four games.
Yep. I think biggest news was Pogba getting dropped and Van de Beek not getting into the team. I think that was surprising
Yeah, what
because
would Van de Beek have to do?
yeah,
Like without
yeah,
Pogba in the
absolutely.
squad, this guy is not getting a game.
He's still not getting a game, and I don't know. Maybe it's because the Champions League game that's coming up. Maybe Solskjaer is trying to save some of his players. Matic is on the bench, which is fair. I think Fred started in place of him, but dropping Pogba and starting, I think Mata
Hmm.
is something which baffles me. I don't quite understand
Mada on the
what's
right.
happening.
Like,
Yes.
might as well play Van de Beek on the right.
Yep.
No Greenwood either.
No, Greenwood. I think he might have gotten some kind of injury
Yeah, because he's not even in the
because
starting.
yes, and he was talking a lot about how he was preparing for the game, and I was kind of surprised to not see him in this game. So I think it might be some kind of injury which got to him. But yeah, the other thing was there's a lot of pressure on Harry Maguire, and I think I personally thought Solskjaer will give him some rest, but yeah,
Harry
what
Maguire
do you think
baffles me
about him?
again. Like, that guy has been having a torrid time. Just, let him be for a week. Because if there are mistakes in this game, and then we have a big Champions League game on Wednesday or on Tuesday, I think Wednesday or Tuesday, or
On Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday.
and he'll carry, that low confidence into all of his
Yep,
games. I think
yep,
there's this one school of thought that says players should always play to get back into the form. I mean, Steve Bruce, I think, played on Ole's head when in his press conference he's like, "Oh, Harry Maguire's a good defender. This guy
good
should be
defender.
played." And I think he played Ole there because he knew with Harry
Yes.
Maguire in the squad, we'll be open up to defensive frailties.
Uh huh.
And this was a game where Ole could have, taken some bold decisions and played Dean Henderson,
Yeah.
or I would have slotted Alex Telles straight in, at least, play him for the first half and
Yeah.
see he wouldn't do worse than what Luke Shaw is doing right now.
Oh, Harry Maguire is actually having a bad game now. He's starting to lose balls in dangerous positions, and yeah, it, it it it's clearly the signs of a player who lacks confidence of any sorts. I think yeah, Solskjaer should have. I think he also mentioned in his press conference that he is carrying a knock from the England game, but he still decided to start him anyways. I don't quite
Hmm.
understand that. Yeah, so I think two players who kind of deserved dropping were Pogba and Maguire because Pogba again was during the international break was at it, talking about Real Madrid, his dreams of going into playing for Zidane in the future. I think that has become kind of a repetitive thing with Pogba, which is kind of frustrating for us fans, right? Like
It is, but then
hearing
we
him,
know where Pogba's loyalties lie. That guy doesn't want to
yeah,
be here, and Ole should recognize that. I mean, the mark of a strong manager is that if a player doesn't want to be here, we get them out of the team ASAP on our terms, but we keep extending their contract, and but then the player does not turn up with good performances. But that's
yes,
counterintuitive to what Ole is trying to do. Like, we have
yeah.
Donny van de Beek, who's a
Hmm.
good player and can take up Pogba's responsibilities. Like, why not go ahead with that?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to like can't help but think that Van der Beek is kind of a replacement for Bruno Fernandes and not Pogba, but I don't know why that would be the case. And
Of it,
Fernandez has scored.
Bruno,
Nice.
man,
Yes.
that guy will be a good differential for whoever has him
Yeah.
in the team.
Yeah.
Like again, I want us to lose this game so that Ole is find out. I want a strong manager in. I don't want Ole now. Like I have
Yeah.
supported him enough in the transfer window,
Yep.
but
Oh,
then
it might be offside though. Oh, it's offside. Oh no. Mata is offside. Did you watch the offside for Liverpool and Everton?
I didn't catch any of those games.
Yeah, it's millimeters. It was millimeters.
Like was it against Liverpool or against Everton?
Hmm. Liverpool scored in the 93rd minute,
Ooh.
and Mane was adjudged like he was considered offside by millimeters. Yeah, it was something. Yeah, Mata is offside, and but it was a good finish from Fernandez though, like top corner, still 1-0.
Yeah, that how can somebody give that offside? It's like Mata's back heel was offside. That
Yep,
wasn't even a clear goal scoring position where he was
yep.
in.
But at least there's some kind of movement in the box, like at least some kind of fluidity in the box. They are starting to pass the ball around a little bit, keeping the ball, keeping possession. Yeah,
See, that is what Mata brings is movement and especially intelligence movement in intelligent movements and runs
yeah,
inside the box.
yep,
That was like
yeah. It's. Oh, I think it's the defense that's the problem for us. That's we will find ways to score some goals, but anyways we'll find ways to concede as well.
oh,
And
I have no doubts that Man United will be a defensive
yeah,
disaster
yeah.
this year.
Oh, shall we with the shot? They there with a comfortable save. Not too bad. What's your timestamp?
I'm
Are
at
you?
20 minutes, so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It'll
I'm
be
like
enough.
as long as you have the
Yeah,
updates on time, I can
yeah.
follow it up with my thoughts.
Offside, offside.
For me, it's become I'm like I've stopped looking forward to United games. Like this season, I know we are still a better squad than what we were under Mourinho in 2018. At
Mm-hmm.
that time, there was a lot of gloom and doom, and the
Yeah,
players that were there, they did not have the stomach for a fight. Right now,
yeah,
I know we
yeah.
have players in who
Hmm.
have the stomach for a fight, and we've gotten some three good characters, Van de Beek, Telles, Cavani, who have
Yeah,
not
yep,
been
yeah.
corrupted, I would say. So I
So
get a
we have
news
a
that
corner now.
United has scored.
Yes, Maguire has scored. Finally, some confidence for that guy.
Woo!
Finally, some
Dude,
confidence.
as much as I hate Maguire right now, but I think that'll do him a world of good.
Finally, some confidence for that guy. Though. Yeah.
He needs it. Like
He needed that. Yeah,
for
absolutely.
us, if Maguire can come back to his best, no, he has some leadership qualities. I still have doubts over his captaincy credentials, but
Hmm. Yeah,
he has a stature,
yeah, yeah,
especially in that defensive third.
absolutely. I think aerially, I think he's really good. That's what we were missing last season as well. Like these kind of goals where he gets his head to the ball, like with set pieces and everything,
Hmm.
and actually score goals at important moments. I think that's what is needed from Maguire. Again, like you said, he's not the captain material we need, but yeah. What do you think about? Do you have any kind of news on Cavani? Why he is not playing? Why he has not started the game?
Cavani, so as United concluded their transfer business and they went in
Hmm.
for Cavani on the final day of the window when they could have gotten him just one day before and he would have been eligible to play this game. Now, as rules
Hmm.
should have it, he, I think today is his 14th day of quarantine.
Okay, got it.
So he still has not met anybody from the squad personally,
Hmm.
and hence, he was ruled out for the game. But I think Cavani will be in the squad for the Champions League game,
PSG
and
game, yeah.
Alex Telles and everyone would be there. So for me, I'm really looking forward to that game. Donny van de
Yeah.
Beek, Alex Telles, Cavani, these guys have Champions League credentials.
Telles,
So,
I think, would have started, but I think he was reported that he got back from international duties a little bit late and was not quite match fit.
mhm.
So had not trained with the team, first team enough. So he's just on the bench. So yeah, that's the reason why Telles has not started. But like you said, Van de Beek still baffles me. Like why? What? Who, what else does that guy have to do to actually get into the team? Like he scored on his debut. He has been one of the like solid players we have on the pitch. We had on the pitch like on with the Tottenham game. So
Yeah,
not sure what's happening. Maybe he was not a signing which Solskjaer needed. I'm not quite sure what happened there, what has happened.
and he scored on international duty too.
Yes, he has been in good form, so good run of form, and that's what we need. Players with confidence in the team, so that you can thrive off that confidence and actually make something happen. Because we all know that Rashford up top as the number nine didn't quite work out last season because we had tried him for like 4 to 5 games, right? If I'm not wrong,
Hmm.
and he didn't quite work out there. And now, given that Martial is has a three-match ban, and seeing Rashford up top again kind of feels like deja vu, where he's left all alone in the number nine role, pressing.
I think the reason why our teams don't work, with that
Yeah,
4-2-3-1,
yeah,
you need people who can create width,
yeah,
on the flanks.
yeah,
But none of our fullbacks offer width. Daniel James is the only guy who offers width. Mata does not.
yeah,
So
yeah,
essentially, on the right,
yeah.
everybody is moving inside.
Yes,
But on the
yeah.
left,
I
if
think
you
Mata
see,
is yeah.
Daniel
Good.
James is like making those runs, towards the corner flag and trying to bring in crosses, which is his
Just as you
natural
said
position.
that on the right hand side, Fernandez is looking for some runners on the right wing, and Van Bissaka failed to make that run. I think that's what you were talking about. Like Mata is always cutting in towards the center, and that means Van Bissaka has to do all the running on the
Hmm.
wing, and he's not good at that. We already know he does not have that crossing ability yet to produce any kind of assists. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, go ahead.
So I think that's where we lack, and that's where 4-2-3-1 will always come into question. And
Hmm.
Ole's persistence with it baffles me because we don't have the players to play a 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
3-5-2 offers us with because Van Bissaka or Luke Shaw or
Yeah.
maybe somebody else, Brandon Williams, they move up ahead in the wing back position. Because now we
Hmm.
have three defenders at the back.
Yeah.
It takes off the pressures from the wingers. So that's why it's like, with a 3-5-2, we get more width, and that's why, we've been able to peg teams back, the likes of City, Liverpool, Tottenham,
Hmm.
with that formation. And I
Yeah.
think this is the year where we have to nail that formation down with Alex Telles coming into the squad. I
Good.
think we'll utilize him better as a wing back than as a
Hmm.
fullback.
Yeah. I think there's a question for you. So, how good do you think was Smalling's transfer to Roma? Do you think he was a player we could have kept in the team for a while as a backup, as someone who we could rely on, or do you think that was a good decision? We moved him on.
I think it was a good decision. He was one of our more saleable assets. Next year, he
Hmm.
would have lost that value as well.
Correct.
And in this squad, if we are trying to get rid of centre backs so that we can bring in, young, better centre backs to partner Harry
Hmm.
Maguire, then it was a step in the right direction. For the shorter term, it will hurt us,
Yeah,
But in the longer run, it will definitely help us because it frees up space for another, central defender to come in, and that was our goal. And we still have to move on the likes of Marcus Rojo and Phil Jones. So why not start with somebody who's sellable? And if he does well, then other clubs, can come in like, oh, we can at least take a bet on United players.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think Smalling mm, is.
Van Bissaka. This guy does not make the run.
Yep, that's
This
what I
guy
was
does
talking about.
not
Like,
make the run. That was like Bruno was like, dude, what are you doing? He stopped. He passed and he stopped.
he's just, yeah.
That is what
He
Jadon
needs
Sancho would not have
to.
done in
Yeah,
that
he,
position.
he he really needs to work on that side of his game because it's, I think, kind of having an effect on his defensive side. Oh, that's a great shot. Saint Maximin. I think he is he has been one of the form players in the league because I think last game he was unplayable for
Oh,
Newcastle.
against Burnley, yeah. And he signed
Burnley,
a bumper new contract, I've heard.
yes.
I almost got him in
So
my fantasy
the
squad
guy's
this week,
injured.
but I was like, maybe not against United. I'll get him back next week.
Oh, I
He's
think the guy is badly injured. Like he hurt his shoulder. Oh no. At least on that front, we have a good replacement for De Gea now. Someone
what
who is reliable, who we know is world class.
was there some news about Sergio Romero going to the MLS?
Possibly, possibly he should get his move because he has served the club very well and he has done his part whenever he was called upon, like in the league games, in the one-off games which he used to play. He was really good. He really deserves to get his move and actually have some playing time. So yeah, I hope that he gets his move to MLS, like you said, or maybe some championship club or someone. But yeah, he definitely deserves it. And it does not make sense for us to keep three keepers who will be earning somewhere close to 500,000
Yeah.
per week.
And Lake Grant was supposed to, I think he just had a 2-year contract. It
Mhm,
baffles me to see him in the squad again.
mhm.
Like, I would rather keep Joel Pereira as my third choice
Yes,
than
absolutely.
Lake Grant. Because that guy is never going to find a game at United.
Hmm.
Sent Maximin on the wing against Van Bissaka, is it? Or is he on the
Saint
left?
Maximin. Yes, yes, you're right.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mata reportedly had an offer from a Saudi club,
Yeah,
and he decided to go against it and stay at United.
I think this season it makes sense to have Mata in the
Yeah,
squad. Maybe next summer, when we need to free up more
yeah.
funds,
Mhm.
we should.
I
Ooh,
definitely feel that we will
I
see
think
him
Dagia is
in
like
some
out
kind
for
of.
a while.
No, I think he is back. Yeah. Okay, you're a little bit behind. Okay, okay. I ruined it. But yeah, he's back. Yeah. We'll definitely see Mata in some kind of coaching position or something in the future. Like he will be back at United because he is a great advocate for the club. Like he represents what the club stands for and does everything off the pitch, which is really good. So yeah, Fred and McTominay so far have been solid in the midfield. I
Oh,
think it's the fact that we replaced Matic with two players to do that job because Solskjaer kind of knows that it's difficult for one of these players to carry out that role
hmm.
as a whole. So I think yeah, two players are doing the job of Matic.
So I would like
What do
to
you
see.
think?
I'd like to see McTominay with Van de Beek.
Yeah, What do you think about James playing on his favorite left hand side? He has hit some kind of form on the international break. What do you think? Is this his opportunity to prove himself? Like he can be a player like Solskjaer can rely on. Do you think that's
I
what Solskjaer is
definitely.
trying to prove? Like show that I'll give you the opportunities you need, but you need to show me what you're capable of. I think that's what Solskjaer is trying to say here with
James
James.
should be given the chance to be played on his preferred position, you know.
Preferred right,
A player coming in from the championship and playing every game on the right wing, we're doing nothing for his development because on
yeah.
the right he's not as intuitive, you know, the crosses don't
Hmm,
come in
hmm,
and he just takes random shots coming in from there.
hmm,
But on the left, I think he's more comfortable getting in the
right, yeah.
crosses too.
Right, yeah,
So it's a decision that Ole again has to make. Should we
yeah,
keep Rashford there or should we keep James? With James, we get width because he's a
yeah.
natural winger. Rashford again is like Mata. He prefers to cut in and he needs an
Hmm,
overlapping fullback. So James and Luke Shaw will be a better combination than Luke Shaw and Rashford. And I would like to
hmm.
see Rashford up front, you know, with Martial, maybe two strikers up front, get in James,
Okay.
and maybe Greenwood coming in from the right. That ways we can get some width on one side of the pitch.
Hmm. Absolutely. I think this season also what's interesting to see is that Premier League seems to be very ultra competitive this time around. Like everyone is able to get some kind of results against anyone. So it was a great chance for United. Like if we would have strengthened with our signings and everyone, so it would have been a great opportunity for us to kind of cement that top four position because everyone seems to be dropping points. Even Liverpool have dropped 5 points. So
Liverpool, they baffle me. I'm like, I don't know what's happening with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
yeah,
Or,
and Van Dijk got injured today, so that's a
Ooh.
big blow for them.
I am not betting against Liverpool defense. I'll keep their forwards, but I'm not betting on the defense now.
The line, Rashford is down in the box. It's a foul now.
I think the case is without fans in the stadium, these smaller
Hmm.
clubs, you know, they have a lot of
Yeah,
pressure. The likes of
yeah,
Everton, Newcastle, their fans are demanding, and when the fans
right.
don't back you in the stadium, the
Yeah.
players get that vibe. And right
Hmm.
now, these clubs are playing without any kind of pressure. Like Everton,
Hmm.
they've had a flying start. They have a good team, granted, they have a good team.
Hmm.
And Carlo Ancelotti seems to know what he's doing, and he has a good setup.
Yeah,
He knows
yeah.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin is strong in the air. He brought in people who
Hmm.
can put in those crosses in the box. And with the other teams, the bigger teams, for them, crowd is like an extra support.
Yeah,
You know, so without the crowds, the games have become an even matchup,
yeah.
is what I feel.
That is it. Yeah, yeah. I think it's yeah, the lack of crowds in the stadium has actually helped the so-called bottom half teams to step up their game
Hmm.
to show what they're made of and to actually try things out. I think they are not scared of that audacious ball or that audacious pass
Hmm.
when they attempt it because they know that they have all the freedom they need to actually try and create things. I think that's what is happening, and it's actually great to see that. And I feel that United are missing out on that and not
Imagine having
taking
the crowds
advantage.
backing Harry Maguire. Now that would have been good for Harry Maguire to see that support.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
all the support that he
He has
gets,
to create it from
yeah.
himself. Yeah,
So this is where strong players are identified, you know,
yeah.
and it's a test for Harry Maguire's character as well.
Mm.
Like Fred, I like him. He tries to hustle on the pitch.
Mm.
You know, he gets into the faces of the people or
Yeah.
the other players sometimes. So that's what I like about him being in the squad. I don't see
Mm.
anybody else in our team doing it.
Yeah. I think I can confirm what you just said. Like with Cavani, he is due to complete his quarantine period tomorrow, so he will be available for the PSG game, and that will be good to see. I think PSG have also confirmed that Neymar will be fit for that game. He will be available for
Finally,
that game.
Neymar will play against us.
Yeah, so we'll have Neymar and Mbappe both playing that game, but they essentially have six players out because of COVID. I think it's six players, including Herrera, who will not be
Mm.
available for the game. So United have a fair chance in that game, but it's going to be super difficult. And that's what we like, right? Getting in the Champions League, having those Champions League
Like,
nights, and that's why, yeah,
these are the games we want.
yeah,
Of late, we've had terrible matchups. Mourinho's Champions League squads have done nothing. They've produced dross.
yeah.
David Moyes, I think that was the only good Champions League run
Oh, beautiful ball!
we had.
Oh, Rashford is, yeah.
It's like David Moyes' run. I think that was the only good run that we had. Louis Van Gaal also messed
Hmm.
it up in the
Hmm.
Champions League where we went out in the group stage
Yeah,
itself. So since 2013, I don't remember any memorable Champions League campaign.
yeah. The only thing I remember was Solskjaer's interim period where we beat PSG, and I think that's one of the finest moments we have. Like since I feel since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, like one of the best moments we could possibly have.
But again, that was like lucky.
Yeah,
We were
absolutely.
still like
Yeah,
the outsiders.
yeah, yeah. But that's what we like about Champions League as well. Like those kind of
Hmm.
nights where everything depends on the second leg, and you know that you are in a position where you are considered as the underdog, and you perform and outperform. And yeah, those are the kind of nights we as fans love to relive as well. So
But this time around, I'm like really looking forward to that game because we have some good
hmm,
quality players in the
yeah,
squad.
yeah,
Like remember that squad with Ashley Young playing? Ah, I
we
sort of
had
started hating that
Monaco,
guy.
Ashley Young, Dallo,
Diego Dalot, Greenwood, and
yeah,
Chong also came in for
Sean
bit
came
part
in.
roles.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. We are kind of playing well as well. Like Pogba is warming up on the sides. He might be.
Dude, I wanted to see Van de Beek come up over Pogba. If Pogba has been given the rest for the Champions League game.
Uh huh.
I have a feeling, but I'd
Possibly.
like to see Van de Beek start.
Yeah.
Like I don't want him coming in for the last 2 minutes. Makes no sense.
Van de Beek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you are planning to play him in the Champions League games, just let him rest this game out, and then start him fresh. But I don't quite see how Van de Beek again starts in the Champions League game, because Fernandes definitely plays, and now that you have dropped Pogba plays in the Champions League game, and Matic, because you rested him this game, so he plays. So that's our midfield three. So I don't see where Van de Beek actually gets in. So it's kind of surprising. Like this was the perfect game for Van de Beek to start and make an impact, make some kind of real impact. And
Yeah.
he's not someone who, Rashford with the shot. Oh, it's okay.
Is
You
Rashford
can
playing
change
on
the
the right
score.
now?
You can change the score.
Oh yeah. I sort of didn't realize United had scored.
It does not feel like United
Yeah.
has scored. Uh, it's also interesting to note that most of the games, barring the United ones, have been like they have a lot of goals in them. Like barring the 6-1, I didn't want to bring that up, but it went against us. It's not like we were also scoring left, right, and center, right? So it's interesting to see. Like maybe it's something which Solskjaer has to keep in mind.
Did you
like
see one
creating
one
chances.
one play where Van Bissaka was putting a cross in and that sort of became a shot?
Yeah. Yep.
I just realized that. But yeah, like the likes of Chelsea, they have a good attacking side to them, but defensively they are weak. And
Mhm.
like even against United, I know they will score, but we'll also get to
Yeah.
score. And that's been a sign of this league so far. A lot of teams they are conceding more than two
Ooh,
goals
yeah.
easily.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think on an average, this Premier League this season has been like every game has an average of I think 2 goals at least this season. So that's really interesting to see as well. And this was I think you mentioned you didn't get the chance to watch the Merseyside derby, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, it was quite eventful though. Really good game to watch. If filled with action, yeah.
I have a feeling this will
United
be a
haven't
league
had.
for a some of these underdog teams. You know, like Leicester won it in 2016, was it? Everton or
Okay.
Aston Villa. Aston Villa, if they keep their form up, they are in with a run.
Yeah.
I don't see Liverpool, getting
Defending.
closer, getting closer to the title.
Yes.
And
And it's
Everton,
pretty hard for Liverpool to keep clean sheets without Allison, I think.
it is.
It's now that Van Dijk is out for it looks like quite some time. It gets even worse for them. Like Matip and who was
Joe
the other one?
Gomez,
I think it was Joe Gomez. They are they are not quite reliable at the back.
I would have loved to meet
So they
Liverpool,
are
you know, in
yeah,
this time.
yeah, absolutely. And the other thing to note is right when we are scheduled to play Chelsea, they look to be coming in like finding some kind of form, even though they're leaking goals as well. But they attacking wise, they are capable of getting those goals.
They're mesmerizing attacking wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Timo Werner, man, I regret taking Timo Werner out of my team today. Like I
Very
trusted him for
yeah.
4 game weeks, just one
Should
more
have
game
kept
week,
it.
and now that guy's lit up. But I think I'll be getting him next week because
Yeah.
Hakim Ziyech will also be getting back into the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech together, they'll wreak havoc. And Havertz, Timo Werner, I think he
Havertz.
has to be in people's squads.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think we have three more minutes before the halftime. I think what do you think? What are your thoughts about the this half? I feel like it went flew by a little bit. Like
It's a
maybe we were
half,
discussing a lot of points where
but
we didn't
that's
quite
that's the thing. Though
notice.
nothing eventful has happened so
Yeah,
far.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah, other than
nothing to
the
report.
Maguire goal. Yeah.
And we are in control of the game. It's
Hmm.
it's going at a good pace for us. If
Hmm.
Newcastle, I don't know if Newcastle has any more, in their cupboard to
Hmm.
throw at us. So for us, it can be an
Hmm.
easy game. But I want some changes to be seen so that we can go in for the win.
Yeah.
I don't care if we leak in 2 more goals, but if we
Yeah,
win it by an
absolutely.
extra
Just
goal,
go in the attack. Yeah.
like that's how we have to look at this league. Either be completely defensive and
Hmm.
just sit for that 1 goal and win it 1-0, or
Right.
if you want to high press and go out, then go all out. Don't be,
All out.
in a
Right. Yeah.
50-50 mindset.
Absolutely.
And I think
Absolutely.
Ole is caught up in that 50-50 mindset. He wants to defend, but he also wants to high press. And then he can't get the best. And then we concede 6 goals
Yep.
and wonder why we lost.
Yeah, I think yeah, just like you said, the only eventful piece of action was Maguire scoring that goal. I think he definitely needed that goal for his confidence.
Hmm.
He was under immense pressure. I think definitely the Greece incident had an effect on him mentally. He was struggling to find his place. I think in the England squad and the United squad as well, because as the captain of United, he was under heavy criticism for that Tottenham loss, and yeah, during the international break, he was sent off once, right, if I'm
Hmm.
not wrong, and that was not good for him. and it's good to see that he has a goal for himself to show. That's really good. Other than that, I think it's good to see Daniel James as well on the left. He is I think pretty comfortable on the left rather than just
He
playing him on
is.
the right.
And on the left,
That
I think he has a different confidence where he's, a
yeah,
bit more sprightly
that
and
comes
goes in for the
natural to him.
tackles. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I see a fight in his face today.
Yeah, I think he is determined to actually show that he is good enough on the left. I think yeah, the only surprise for me was, and the only negative for me in that half was not seeing Van de Beek on the pitch. I think that's the only thing I am kind of not pleased about with Solskjaer's decision.
I think Van de Beek will be a good weapon to have. I don't know why,
Hmm.
what's keeping Solskjaer from playing him, but in the Champions League,
Hmm.
he's one of the more experienced,
Yeah, right. Yeah. One of
players
the
in the
yeah. I think
squad. He,
absolutely.
with that
Yeah.
semi-final run, playing those momentous games against Real,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tottenham,
Yeah.
uh, I think we should go ahead with Van de Beek.
Yeah.
PSG, they still don't have that Champions League pedigree in them,
Mm-hmm.
even though they have Mbappe and Neymar.
Yeah.
Big games, I think, they're easy to beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were finalists last season, though.
But again,
Don't forget that.
Bayern Munich with all of that experience in the
Yeah.
Champions League finals,
Yeah.
it just
So
showed
yeah. Yeah.
that they can do it.
Yeah.
And
I
Thomas
think they
Tuchel,
were they were just yeah. Bayern Munich were on a different level in the Champions League. They came back. I think I don't know what kind of training routines they used to follow during the lockdown period, but they came out something else from that pause in play. Like I don't know what happened to them, but yeah,
they're
they
the
were on a
monsters,
different level.
Bayern
Yeah.
Munich. And the thing is, they play 4-2-3-1 as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
But they know how to bring players in that 4 2 3
Yeah.
1.
Absolutely.
With Hansi Flick, I don't know if you watched this, a Statman Dave's
Hmm.
a video on Bayern Munich's 4-2-3-1. It's amazing, the way they move ahead in attack. They're almost like in a very asynchronous movements. They always have an extra player in attack and defense.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
we seem to be missing an extra player everywhere.
Yep.
Even
Yep.
though we are playing the same
Same
formation and
formation, but yeah,
have six players
absolutely.
in defense,
Yeah.
but we always go missing at the
And
moment.
the other thing was they were super clinical with their chances. Like if you know that they get three chances in a game, they would get three goals. If you know that they have a shot on target, it's a goal because they were super clinical.
I
But
think they've banged on finishers, people who can
yeah,
score goals. They're not just
yeah,
a prolific shot takers, but also prolific scorers.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
think we are on the other side. We have prolific shot takers, but
But
conversion
yeah,
rates are, dismal.
we take we take random shots from outside the box, like when we feel like
And that's the
yeah.
reason, right? When we don't have creative players, like remember we were talking about how we lack somebody
Mm,
who can only give assists.
mm, mm.
We have players who are good at taking shots.
Yeah,
Rashford takes shots, Martial takes shots, Greenwood takes shots,
yeah,
but none of these guys are natural, you know, how would I say, assisters
right.
for a goal, like Jadon Sancho.
What do you? Yeah, I am not sure if you came across this piece of news during the international break where Martial was heavily criticized by Paul Scholes, saying that
Oh yeah,
he has duped United fans,
into believing.
saying that yeah, into believing that he is a natural striker. So, what are your thoughts about that? Do you think that is the case, or don't you like you don't agree with what he was saying?
I still have my question marks around what Paul Scholes said.
Yeah.
Martial, if he is a center forward, a traditional center forward who can play with his back to the goal,
Mm-hmm.
again, a center forward with his back to the goal does not have to run to the half line to get the ball in the first place
Yeah.
and then look around for runners because there
Yeah.
aren't. So that criticism it's not justified against Marcel because when
Absolutely.
the players around him are not capable of letting him play in a centre forward position, so why are we questioning him first? We have to
Yeah.
question the coach. Why don't you have
Yeah.
players who can let Marcel
Who
flourish in
are
that role?
supporting? Yeah. Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, without width, without that person giving in the pass, or without runners there, like Van Bissaka on the right does not make overlapping runs. We don't have a traditional
Hmm.
winger on the right. We
Hmm.
see Mason Greenwood cutting in. We see
Right.
Rashford cutting in, so we flood the box. Now we don't
Yeah.
have players in the wide positions, who can stretch the game
Hmm.
and create spaces for our centre forwards to score or for our
Yeah.
forward players to
Absolutely.
score. So I think
Yes.
that's where the miss or the gap is, and I don't agree with Scholes.
Yeah.
What do you think about
Yeah. I
Scholes'
think.
remarks?
Yeah. I definitely agree with what most of what you were saying. Like having Martial, I think he has really improved on his hold up play a lot because we wanted someone. I think Solskjaer wanted someone who will keep the ball at his feet for a while because he needs someone to make those runs in and around him so that he can have those link up play. Because I think you might remember the hat trick he scored last season where he was sublime in that game against, I think it was Sheffield if I'm not wrong,
Hmm.
where the link up play with uh, Rashford, with Bruno, with Greenwood was impeccable. Like that's what I think Solskjaer wants from his number nine, and that's the reason why we got rid of Lukaku in the
Hmm.
first place. I know that there are a lot of United fans who might still be considering Lukaku as number nine. Like we were talking about that PSG game, he was the one who got us two goals, right?
Hmm.
Early two goals, and he kept us in the game during that. But I know he is someone who will get you 20 to 25 goals per season, no matter what. But Solskjaer, I think, did not want him because he does not have that link up play in him. He is someone who will thrive on balls put into the box and chances created for him. He will not actually create his own chances. I think Martial is different that way. He definitely is a number nine for me, for sure. I don't quite agree with Scholes, what Scholes was saying. He is a legend for sure, but he
Hmm.
sometimes talks scraps. Yeah.
I mean, Scholes played in a team which had excellent crosses and
Yeah, yeah,
centre forwards who were well served. This is
yeah.
not that team, and I think that was the reason why Solskjaer also let go of Lukaku. As you said, Lukaku wants chances created for him because he
Hmm.
makes those runs into the box, and he can also hold the ball. He can hold like the central defenders away, so that his
Hmm.
teammates can get into position.
Right.
But our team lacks those kind of players. Having Lukaku in or not having him in wouldn't have made no
Hmm.
difference. And Solskjaer even played him out wide so that he could become a creator
Right.
rather than a goal scorer. But then we paid money, 70 million pounds for
Yeah.
Lukaku for him to
Yeah.
score goals and
Yeah.
not be
Absolutely.
creating goals. But I feel we could have kept Lukaku as a creator because he
Yeah.
plays
I
well on the
think,
right.
yeah, I agree. Like, if Lukaku would have agreed to sit on the bench and then come off as an impact player, I would have definitely loved to keep him in the team because I agree to what you're saying. Like, coming off the bench when you have 20 to 25 minutes left for the game and you bring on Lukaku, who is a proven goal scorer, and he will create chances. He will score those chances if he gets something in the box. For sure. But yeah, he is not someone who Solskjaer wanted to be the one who will hold up the play and let others play around him. He's not that kind of a player. So I think if you watch him on international breaks, like he has De Bruyne, he has I think Hazard, he has Dries Mertens who make those runs in and around him to create spaces for him. So that's why I think he has like close to 40 goals in some 40 odd games. I think 30 odd games or something like that. Some ridiculous kind of record he has. But yeah, Martial for me is definitely our number nine for sure. We
And
need
that is
someone to
why,
be his backup, but yeah,
and we have an able man in Cavani. I think
yeah.
Cavani, he's 33, but we
Hmm.
got to remember that football players these days they have
He's fit
extended
as
their
hell though.
lifespan as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
players are fitter than ever.
yeah, yeah,
They're being taken care of more than ever.
Yeah, he has
And
taken care of himself. Like if you watch his Instagram or I think social media posts, he has been working hard to keep fit for sure. That's for a 33-year old. I think that's really commendable that he has kept himself match fit or fit required fitness level to actually take part in games. But
people forget
again,
that Messi is 33,
yeah,
Cristiano Ronaldo is 35,
yeah,
Robert Lewandowski is 32.
he's 32. Yeah,
Like, so Cavani is 33, he'll turn 34, I think, December.
yeah,
Why are there question marks? Granted that he was a panic buy, he was bought on the last day and he was
for
not in our
sure.
thoughts.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at 33, I feel Cavani, why are people thinking that,
yeah,
oh, his best days
yeah,
are behind him? I don't think so. Maybe
yeah.
he had that, luck with PSG where Thomas Tuchel was like, restart a lot of games together. We don't want him to play.
Hmm.
Okay, let's not play him because he wanted to let Cavani go out of the squad too. But we're getting a player who's committed. He's played in wider positions as well. So if needed, he can play as a wide forward too.
Yeah.
And with him and Marcel, I think their link up play would be good because Cavani can also create
Hmm.
goals. He's not just a goal scorer, but he's also a goal creator.
Ooh. So okay, so a little bit of news. Okay, so Van Dyke is out for 7 to 8 months with an ACL injury. That's bad for him.
Oh, Varun Lakshmanan, my Liverpool friend.
Se-
If you are on a live stream and listening, I think you've celebrated your one and only
Ooh,
title. But
seven
I
to
feel bad
eight
for
months
Van Dijk.
is
I
oh
think I hope he gets fit for the Euros because him not being there in the Euros would be a big miss for Netherlands too.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And
That's
Liverpool
bad
is
for
in
him, bro.
trouble unless they
Yeah,
buy in a centre back. Like
yeah, yeah.
again, Liverpool. So did you know that Liverpool also has they have sort of a connection with RB Leipzig for Dayot Upamecano. They were talking to Leipzig for Upamecano, and this might just
That's highly
fast forward
likely,
that
bro.
move to
Yeah,
December, and
yeah,
we would lose another chance at a good player
yeah.
because Liverpool, I think they need a centre back, and this will only exacerbate their search for a centre
Yeah,
back.
absolutely, absolutely. And Liverpool are known for making deals happen quickly. Like if they know that they need someone uh, in the squad as soon as possible, they will make that happen because of the structure they have behind the manager. They
Hmm.
know which target to go with to go after and actually make the deal happen as quickly as possible so that the player is available for the manager to pick. I think, yeah, absolutely. If that's what you're saying, like Upamecano is someone they have kept an eye out for, they will make that happen. They will have a pre-agreement done. So as soon as the January window opens, and they are allowed to make the deal, I think they will just announce him as soon as possible. So yeah, it's not beyond Liverpool. It's I think just the United way of not doing the transfers. That's what we are accustomed to. We know that if we were in the similar situation, we would take forever to actually get someone in. So,
And
but I think yeah, the Liverpool way or the Liverpool, yeah, the method of getting signings done is something what United should be looking to do as
I think we should take this moment to also, let Phil Jones and Marcus Rojo leave. Phil Jones always, that guy is injured when
I
the
know
transfer
I don't
window
know
is
how
open
he yeah how he survives every time. So just
because
give me a moment. You keep on talking. I'll just be back in 2 minutes.
Mhm. It's like Saga was talking about how Van Dijk's out and Jordan Pickford had a hand in his injury. That also brings into question, VAR and what is it that VAR is doing because a lot of teams have been on the receiving end of VAR. It's been very inconsistent. Like United, Anthony Martial was given a red card when Eric Lamela should also have been given a red card for simulation, and that didn't happen. So for me, this season has been very dismal on all fronts. VAR for offside, VAR for potential red card checks, for potential injuries, bad tackles and stuff. It's been very inconsistent. But the Liverpool game aside, the transfer window in January presents a good opportunity for us as well to sort of reevaluate our team and reevaluate our defense because Man United needs good defenders. Now, if Harry Maguire comes into form, we'll have at least one good center defender in the team, and with Alex Telles bedding in, and if he brings in his offensive qualities, then I think we'll have a little more sorted, defense. But this team, I don't see them at this point in time playing like champions or even fighting for the top four right now. So the second half is underway, and no changes by any of the teams so far. It's the same team that's starting. I'd like to see Donny van de Beek come in and play a substantial role for the squad because that guy's been fit, had preseason. He's hungry to play, and he's passionate as well. He was happy about his move to United. I don't know what's keeping Solskjaer from playing him. Today represents a good game where we can remove one of Fred or McTominay and bring in Van de Beek and give him those 40, 45 minutes that can bed him into the squad, and we'll also get to assess his quality as
Yeah.
one of the two central defensive midfielders or a box-to-box midfielder.
I think
Like,
yeah, I think might have touched upon it a little bit. Like the game is there to be won. It's
mm,
1-1, and Newcastle don't seem to be creating a whole lot of chances. Like where we look like conceding with every shot they have. I don't think that's the case. So we definitely can like take take the pressure to them and actually create chances and score goals. So I think Van der Beek or Pogba or someone has to come into the game and create an impact for sure.
like
I think Bruno kind of is if we don't have either Van de Beek or Pogba on the pitch, a whole lot of creativity has to come from Bruno, and that's a lot of pressure to be put on one player to
mhm.
create all the chances because everything flows through him. So that's going to
And
be
in this
interesting.
game, I wouldn't mind moving into a midfield diamond
Yeah,
because I
absolutely.
don't see Newcastle offering any sort of threat on the flanks.
Yeah, I think yeah,
Like,
absolutely. I think taking McTominay or one of McTominay or Fred out and just keeping one and like you said, moving into a diamond shaped midfield with either Fernandez or Van de Beek or Pogba or someone in that hole, I think is something Solskjaer should be looking to.
or
It's
even
again
maybe
like
Tellis. I really want to throw Tellis into the mix
absolutely,
today.
yeah,
Just put
yeah. I
him
would love
up
to see,
and
yeah,
those runs, no, that would
yeah,
free up Rashford because
yeah,
Rashford, even though he's playing as the lone striker, he's not in this position. He's either moving into James's position, he's moving into Mata's position, he's taking up Bruno Fernandez's position because there's nobody up top to give him the ball.
yeah, absolutely,
You see, even now, like he's like coming in from wide positions, turning inwards, and that leaves a hole in our centre forward
yeah,
line
yeah.
because there's nobody in the middle to receive
Hmm.
the ball. Van de Beek coming in can solve it because Van de Beek moves into that role. Like he's a natural box to box player, and especially when in an offensive mode, if you see Van de Beek just moves in and he's there for those, a poacher kind of a goal.
Yeah. Fernandez with a shot which I think went out of the stadium, I guess.
Fernandez telling Solskjaer that's how you would be in December
Yep.
if you
It's
don't learn how to be strong. I mean, you got to look at Ancelotti, some of the decisions that he's made. He's taken tough decisions at Everton.
yeah, yeah.
Like, despite pretty big name players present there who thought that they would be safe, he came in and changed the team.
Hmm.
This is what Solskjaer has to do, with the current squad. Just show some balls and a gumption
make
to.
those make that difficult decision. I think that's what we also wanted to see from this game. Take the tough decision. I know it's going to be tough to drop Maguire, who is the captain, but that was needed. That was, even though he scored the goal today, which is good for that guy. Like he needed that confidence, no doubt. But still, some difficult decisions have to be made, like with by Solskjaer. Newcastle on the attack, Joe Linton, Shelby. What a save by De Gea. I think he might be coming back to his best though. If
Dagia?
I'm, yeah,
See, that is what competition does.
yeah,
Dagia
absolutely,
was not feeling
absolutely.
pressured by Sergio Romero because Sergio Romero had
Oh,
accepted.
beautiful save. Oh, oh, that was going in by Callum Wilson.
Dude, I want
Just,
Wilson to score, man. He's in my FPL team.
oh, he. I don't know
Just
how
for.
De Gea managed to do that though. Did you watch the save? Oh,
Not
you
yet.
have played.
Not yet.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm at 50 minutes, 32. What a save though. Yeah,
Maximin
absolutely. I think, yeah.
is troubling everybody on that right side.
Yeah.
Whew. Callum
Oh, what
Wilson
a
almost
save.
almost with a poacher kind of a goal.
Ooh, that's really difficult to actually keep out. The ball dipping down and you actually getting down and making that save is, yeah,
But this is what I'm saying, no. This is what competition to places
competition
does.
does. Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
Martial knows that Cavani is in the squad.
Yeah,
Cavani, if he, I think he'll get to play the next two Premier League games for sure. If he scores two goals,
yeah. You
he
know that
how
Marcel is
would
under
how would
pressure after that.
how would
Yeah,
Ole drop Cavani after scoring two
yeah,
goals? Can he do that?
absolutely.
Is the question. And if he drops Cavani, I'd kick Ole out of the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what was needed from the transfer window as well. Like getting players who will compete for different spots is what is needed from this.
Like with
Fredo.
remember Mourinho playing Ashley Young and Luke Shaw knew that Ashley Young is no competition for me. I'm like any day Ashley Young will retire because he's 33,
Yeah,
34 and move on and
yeah,
I'll get back into the squad. But now even Luke Shaw would be sweating his balls off
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and would be trying to.
I think fair play to Luke Shaw as well, who came out and said that. I think it was before Teles's signing when he came out and said that we need competition for spots, and he very well knew that we are looking at a left back, but he still came out and said that he is welcome to any kind of competition within the squad. And I think that's what is needed from United as a team, where you know that a couple of bad performances and you're out of the squad. You're not irreplaceable. You're not someone who will keep their spot irrespective of the way you play. I think that's important.
I was just moving back a few moments because my game is like 2 minutes behind. So Mada, Rashford, and Fred they had a really good
They are,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Just because
yeah,
we had bodies in and around, we were not looking out for player. Hey, oh, you there? I'll
yeah,
I'll wait for you to come out.
absolutely.
That's the kind of thing that we need to see a lot more.
Mhm.
Where we
I'm just glad that the Longstaff brothers are not playing. They seem to be scoring against United. I think especially Matty Longstaff. I guess
hmm,
he was the one who scored both of the goals. Like right, I
hmm.
think 1-0 wins over United last season. Both of the goals were scored by Matty Longstaff. I think I'm just glad he's not playing.
That reminds me, what's happened to Longstaffs this season? Of
Yeah, I
all
think
the
Sean
hype that was
Longstaff.
created and
Yeah,
Solskjaer being
he's
like fondling,
yeah,
Sean Longstaff,
yeah.
like, oh, he's the guy that we need for Man
No,
United, British,
no,
a strong midfielder. What's happened? They not, they stopped playing after the restart.
absolutely. I think Declan Rice has risen up to the challenge though. He has someone who I think,
Yeah, Declan Rice, I think, was always a really good
oh,
player, and he needed a squad around him. How long will he
yeah,
keep on playing with Mark Lobel as the
yeah,
box-to-box midfielder?
for sure, for sure, for sure.
And now they have Susek, Jared
Oh,
Bowen, and
oh,
Fornals.
on the run, on the break, Rashford. Rashford takes a lot of touches. I don't know why though. Oh, the number of touches he takes in the box. Sometimes he scores those beautiful goals. Like I think you might remember the goal he scored this season. I don't know. Last season with I guess Crystal Palace, where he sat 2 to 3 players down and took the
Ah,
two.
that was this season.
Yeah.
No,
So
no, that was last
yeah,
season.
last season he tried the
But
same thing now as
he
well.
did that against Brighton.
Brighton,
Lewis
exactly. Yeah,
dunk
I
or
was
Ben
trying to
White.
remember that game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He always tries to take. Sometimes it works, but yeah, most of the times it does not, and he has
Aaron
put.
Van Bissaka is looking a suspect on the right back position. He just goes down too quick. I think teams have.
Okay, so that's a penalty for. Oh, whoa, whoa. Rashford might have actually won a penalty. VAR is taking a look.
Nah, that's not a penalty. He fell out of the box. Or am I looking at the wrong play?
I'm looking at 55 minutes.
Oh, then we are at the same.
Is that a penalty though? I don't think so. It's pretty soft.
Is it the spot where he fell out of the box?
Yes, yes.
Ah, that's not a penalty. Come on, if VAR gives it.
It's pretty soft. It's pretty soft.
But nothing happened. Nobody
Okay.
shuffled him.
So
Nobody pushed him.
he's going to look at the pitch side monitor.
VAR has become ridiculous these days.
Yeah.
The things that they should be looking on the pitch side monitor, like I'm still aghast at that Anthony Marshall red card. Eric Lamela should have been sent off too.
I don't think that's a penalty. No. No, I'm taking this. Like we are actually looking at what the referee is watching, and I'd be pretty surprised if he gives that.
If VAR did not think that was a penalty, now they're sending the referee to look at the same thing.
Oh, he has
That's
actually given it. He has given it. Oh, it's pretty soft though. Oh, again,
he
benches
wasn't
to
even in a goal
United.
scoring position. I know I'm a United fan. I got nothing against United, but
Okay, should have kept Bruno Fernandes then.
yeah,
Bad move.
a lot of penalties being given left, right, and center this
Yeah,
Premier League season. I think we've
yeah,
had more
absolutely.
penalties in the first 5 game weeks than we had the entire season. Like all
And-
of the teams
yeah,
combined. Chelsea's winning penalties. Like Chelsea gets in one
yeah.
penalty every game.
Bruno Fernandes, I think, is on. Yeah, I think he has
So,
scored.
okay, one of the
So
scouts
we lead 2
had
1.
Rashford and Bruno in the same team. But anyways, it's unpredictable with the plethora
Yeah,
of
it's
good players
pretty
around in
difficult.
in
Yeah,
FPL.
absolutely.
It's like you just have to go with your gut feeling and trust, that your team will be getting you points. So this is for all Infinorin people who are watching us. Don't
Oh
worry
my
about.
God, the penalty.
Did we miss it?
Yeah,
Don't tell we missed it.
yes. Oh no, 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 no.
I think I spoke too soon. Bruno Fernandes, guys, I'm sorry.
Okay, I think he will have to retake it because,
Darlow was off the line.
yeah.
Whew. Whew. Like my stream
Ooh.
stops at the moment where goals are gonna be scored. I'm like, why? Why?
Oh no, they're not looking at it. It looked like he was off the line though, and Harry Maguire's header has been stopped off the line.
Ah,
Harry Maguire seems to be struggling with an injury.
he stepped off the line, Darlow.
Yeah, it looked like that, but I don't know why they didn't look at it again.
David De Gea had to retake the penalty. He stepped. He
Yeah,
had his 1 foot off the line.
is it the rule that says two both of the feet have
No,
to
none
be
of your
on.
feet can be off the line now.
Oh,
Yeah, this is what I don't like about
yeah,
VAR. These is so inconsistent. One rule for somebody, another rule for somebody else.
yeah, yeah. It kind of seemed soft as well. So I think it's fair to say that he didn't score it. But yeah, he should have taken that chance.
Like for a team like United, where chances are hard to come by,
Yeah.
these are the chances that we have
Now,
to take.
now, now, what do you think about having Fernandez in your squad? He just missed a penalty. Oh,
But that
that's
that
bad.
penalty should have been taken again,
Yes.
is what I think.
What Van Bissaka has to do much better, man.
Van
Oh,
Bissaka, he just tackles. He knows nothing else. Like, why do you go down? Don't go down. People are finding him out for all
yeah.
his defensive abilities and zero offensive output. If Van Bissaka keeps doing that, I won't rate him as a defender anymore. I don't know what Ole and team does behind the scenes, and with his game, they've had one whole season with him, and Van Bissaka still hasn't been
Yeah.
able to build up on that side of his game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's fair to say that he has been in United like in the squad long enough to have shown some kind of development in that aspect of the game. I mean, it's yeah, it's high point like high time that we see some kind of improvement. Uh,
Rashi's having a rough time in that point. He's like his
Absolutely,
first touch is bad.
yeah,
He's not able to keep the ball down. It's just all over the place today.
yeah. Well, what do you think? It might be an unpopular opinion, but I know Rashford does a lot of good things off the pitch. Off the pitch, he has a lot of initiatives which do a whole lot of good for the community and everything like that, which is commendable. Which is what as a football player, as a role model, you should be doing for sure. But I kind of feel that he it might be having an impact on his football side a little bit where I'm not quite sure, but it shouldn't happen to a professional footballer where you know how to keep what you're doing off the pitch and what you're doing on the pitch separate. I think that's what they're good at doing. But what do you think about that? Do you think that's something which plays on his mind, or do you think that's something which is having an effect or impact on his game? It might be quite unpopular. It might be something which is not like fair on him as well. Like the amount of work he does off the pitch, amount of charity work. But
I
yeah,
think
first and
like
foremost for me, he is a United player. He is a number nine at this point in time. We will criticize him on the footballing side, but it seems like it looks like something is playing on his mind and something is. I'm not quite sure. What do you think about that?
it's it's like maybe or maybe not. That's my answer. We
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
That
kind of
depends on
yeah, it's
Rashi.
kind of difficult. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's something, a matter like food for children. It's a matter that's close to Rashi's heart because he's lived through it.
Yeah,
And I think that
yeah,
might be playing on his mind because I think it was the second time around that the proposal got shot down by the UK government. I
got shut down.
haven't
Yeah,
read more
absolutely.
into
Yeah,
it, so
yeah,
I wouldn't know what to say.
yeah,
But that can
yeah,
definitely play. At the end of the day, he's still a human
yeah.
being. We may have things
Absolutely. That's
outside of
yeah.
work.
That's the aspect. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's
So,
the aspect I was trying to get to as well. Like, he, in the end, he is a human being, and you know that he will carry some of it on the pitch. It's bound to happen. You are not superhuman just to shut everything out. I
mm,
think that's we already have seen it with Harry Maguire, where he's struggling with off the pitch issues, and we can clearly see it on his game
and
as
this is
well.
where the
So
club
yeah,
comes in with
exactly,
a maybe a sports psychologist, a performance coach. It's
absolutely,
okay. One thing is
absolutely,
having talent and attitude, but the other thing is your psychology, your
right,
mental health and stability. Liverpool has a performance coach like
yeah,
that has done a world of good to them because their players have risen up. They're able to keep their personal
right,
and professional aside because they have that side to the game. We don't, and our players
Yeah,
need it. And
yeah,
that's the aspect that Ole needs to work at. He is not able to work on those aspects at all.
yeah, yeah. I think yeah, it's fair to say the Sir Alex Ferguson was actually adept at doing that. Like he used to handle everything regarding players, regarding the club, regarding finances, regarding everything, the ins and outs of the club. But yeah, given the current situation and how big Manchester United is today, it's not fair for Solskjaer to take responsibility for everything. Like you said, having people who are experts in that field, who are able to bring in that expertise and help players perform at their optimal level is something which a club of size of United should be able to do. Rashford has missed an open.
I have nothing to say because I haven't seen it yet. But thinking about it, again, Rashford, he needs help. I'm telling you, that guy has been off color
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that position throughout the game, and he's been taking up others' positions. And at 64th, 65th minute, frankly, it's time for a change.
yeah, yeah,
Ole is
absolutely.
very
And yeah,
slow when it
that's
comes to
yeah,
effecting changes.
absolutely. Yeah,
Very slow. He's not a proactive coach. He's a reactive,
yeah.
and he's not even reactive. It's like it takes it is a struggle for him to, make a change. I know this team's good and maybe they'll do it, but after 65 minutes, just change the
You know
play,
that
change the
that yeah,
formation, do
absolutely.
something. This game is there to be won. I mean, we can't get an easier game at such a difficult time for us, and we are, you know, we are running our players into the ground. I would take Bruno out, bring in Van de Beek, and
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we don't have a support striker. Anyways, the offside flag saves the blushes for Rashford.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. I think yeah, I agree. Soldier has not been pro proactive enough with his changes, with his substitutes. I think for sure. And I think we are back, like to see Rashford as our number nine and see him struggle a lot because off the wings he was pretty good last season where he was scoring a lot of goals, creating chances as well.
Hmm.
But as a number nine, pure number nine, he is not. He's just not a number nine. He's just not a striker. He is a winger for sure. Pogba seems to be warming up and getting ready to come on the pitch. Not sure for him, for whom he'll be coming. But yeah, like you said, he this game is there to be won, and it's one of the more simpler games or more easier games per se, like to come in the upcoming weeks, because we have PSG, we have Chelsea, we have Leipzig, we have Arsenal. Next four games,
Hmm.
and I'm not quite sure how many points we'll be able to gather. So yeah, Newcastle is relatively classified as a easier game. Bega with a good save from Shelby's shot. Maximin is kind of torturing Van Bissaka on that wing. Like he's getting skinned.
I'm telling you, Wan Bissaka, for a person who's a defender, he slides a lot.
Yeah.
And to me, right now, he's not the defender that we need,
Yep.
especially
Absolutely. I
in a
think
team that's lacking confidence.
Fred is coming off and Pogba is coming on.
I
Still
would
no Van
keep
de Beek though.
I would keep Fred with Pogba. I wouldn't keep McTominay with Pogba. I have
Yeah,
not seen both of them
absolutely.
gelling up.
This is waiting for disaster to happen now.
We saw that time as well
McTominay
against.
not yeah, McTominay not strong enough. He's not a Matic kind of a mold of a player where he can keep hold of everything in front of the defense. And we all know Pogba does not have that side of the game where he does a lot of tracking back and keeps track of his runners. So yeah, it's a disaster waiting to happen now. Let's see.
It's funny, Marta defending against Saint Maximin in our own box.
absolutely. Yeah,
A
and
job
it's not fair
that
for
has
him.
to be
Like he's a
done by
30.
yeah, a job that has
Yeah.
to be done by Van Bissaka and Lindelof. Marta and McTominay are trying to help
Yes.
Van Bissaka. Yeah,
For a 32-year-old,
yeah.
he's a 32-year-old, right?
And
For
he's
a
like a
32
32-year
year
old
old keeping
who's more of a 35-year-old.
keeping track of Saint Maximin, who is one of the fastest players in the league, is yeah, is a joke. Yeah, and everything is coming for Newcastle. Everything is coming in from the left hand side. So uh,
That's
Luke
why
Shaw, this game at least it's fair to say Luke Shaw is making those forward runs a lot
there's
more.
just nobody on
I
the
think
right
that
side to stop him.
yeah,
Newcastle's
absolutely,
Newcastle does not have a right winger that's troubling Luke Shaw, and a
yeah,
half decent winger always
Who-
troubles
uh,
Luke Shaw.
yeah, absolutely,
So Chelsea will kill. They'll skin him alive.
yeah, yeah,
And Aaron Van
absolutely.
Bissaka, I have a feeling, will concede penalties if he goes down as easy because Ben Chilwell is better than Newcastle's left back, and Christian
Oh,
Pulisic is an upgrade that's 10 times better than Maximin.
it's just shots outside the box. Nothing. Oh, score. I just feel for Van der Beek though, like that guy who he has done enough to prove himself in the international break, and whenever he is given the chance, and he's still not getting on the pitch, I just feel for that guy. Like he should be on the pitch by now.
What's stopping Ole to make changes? I mean, what will happen? We will lose the game. Even now, we're doing
We
nothing to
have
win
lost
the
two
game.
out of three,
we're,
anyways. Yeah,
we're doing
we
nothing to
have
win
lost
the
two out
game.
of three. Just go for the win. That's what is needed. Like
Yeah, these half measures don't help anyone. It's like he's neither there nor there. If you're going in,
yeah,
I would rather put Van de Beek as well and take out McTominay and
everyone. Yeah,
go
yeah,
for
yeah,
it, flood
yeah.
their box.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's yeah.
And
That's,
I would just tell Van Bissaka and Lindelof and Maguire to stay back. That's it. Three at the back and move into a 3-4-3 kind of a.
yeah, and it's not like Newcastle are creating a whole lot of chances as well. Like you know that you can hit them with a couple of passes in and around the box and creating
Rashi.
something. Yeah, it's just shots outside the box. That's it.
Like Rashi is not even anticipating touches.
Yeah. I think the challenge on Van Dijk by Pickford, it was horrible. It was a red card for sure. If you watch
That's
the highlights, you'll see it's so bad. Well, Pickford is I think one of the worst goalkeepers in the league.
that's what I'm saying. Like VAR has
he's,
been inconsistent.
he's
It has been
yeah,
inconsistent. Like not just Liverpool, we have been on the
yeah,
receiving end. Almost
yeah,
every
yeah,
other team has
absolutely,
been on the receiving end. And
absolutely.
sometimes I have a feeling that, Premier League wants to fantasize or romanticize the league,
Mhm.
and they love to see, new winners. Like they romanticized Liverpool last year, maybe this year it's Everton, you know.
Everton maybe, possibly.
So Ryan Fraser's come in for
Mm-hmm.
uh, for whom was it? Maximin.
Jolinton, Jolinton, one of the slowest players on the pitch. Yeah, we kind of have no width because our fullbacks are not capable enough to. Oh, Rashford, no, so bad as our number nine. Just see why does it feel like we are just playing for the draw now? Like it's worse than losing the game.
Like I don't see maybe the desire's there, but Rashford there now is breaking down the
The
play.
quality is not there. Yeah, yeah, it's just the desire. There's no quality. It's Van de Beek, man.
Hey, can you give me a moment? I'll
Yeah.
be back.
Go. Yep. I don't quite see how and why Van de Beek has not been on the pitch till now. And Newcastle are there to be gotten at. It's not like the way we are they are pressing a lot or they are creating a lot. They're just sitting back and trying to hit us on the break, and we have enough players at the back to stop that from happening. But yeah, Rashford as a number nine does not. So I think some of the takeaways from this game till 75th minute, if it's not too early to say, is that Rashford is definitely not a number nine. He struggles a lot. He's much better from the wings. And McTominay, I'm not sure what happened to that guy because last season he was great. He was very solid. He was doing uh, carrying out a task which was given to him. But I don't know what has happened to him as well. Like, and James, he got his chance to play on his favorite left hand side. He looks sharper on the left hand side. He definitely looks up for the game. But yeah, again, I think the lack of footballing intelligence is what hurts him. And coming in from the championship where don't have quite a lot of eyes on you, I think yeah, this move has not quite worked out for Daniel James for sure. And now Van de Beek is on the pitch. Let's see.
Sorry, I was getting calls on my
No, that's fine.
phone from a number that I didn't know, but I, so what's happened so far?
So Van de Beek is on for Daniel James.
Finally,
I think Daniel James. It has not worked out for Daniel James on the left again. I, yeah, even though it's his favorite side, it's his much preferred side. Again, it has not worked out for him. Van Bissaka. It's really bad. Van Bissaka not able to cross the ball, not able to provide any kind
like
of width.
defensively, he's become a liability,
Yeah, absolutely.
and oh, give me a moment again. Give me a moment again. So sorry.
Okay, so now Van de Beek, Fernandez, and Pogba, all of them playing up front. That's a great defensive header by Jamal Lewis. And now it's clearly evident that Newcastle are just sitting back, soaking in the pressure, and trying to hit on the break with Callum Wilson as the lone striker. He is isolated against three players, and we still are unable to create chances. I don't. Okay, so now Newcastle are just trying to get this game done, and yeah.
All right, some administrative tasks at home had to be taken care of, so we are back. And United, as always, has done nothing
No, nothing
substantial or of
exciting. Yep,
with the
no changes, nothing. Same style of play, and I think the only change you will find is the midfielders are now much more advanced. We have Callum Wilson playing against, I think, like you said, three. We have gone into a 3-5-2 formation where McTominay is just sitting back and everyone else is moving forward. But again,
that
lack of
was need
creativity.
that was needed at the 60th minute, not for the last
Yep.
15 minutes.
Yes.
Like
Changes are too late. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know what to say. I sound like a cranky kid. who's not getting what he wants with United. But frankly, that's what United has done to every fan out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
And
it again feels like Bruno Fernandes is kind of the linchpin of everything that's good for Manchester United.
it
Like
is. And
everything has to flow through him.
I would take out Luke Shaw as well.
Yeah. Let's see Tellers for a while, no? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
He is a new signing.
like last 12 minutes, bring him on. Bring him on,
Yeah.
Ollie. Bring him on.
Yes. Yeah, he's definitely fit enough like for the 12 minutes because if he is on the bench, he's definitely fit enough for the game. Otherwise, you won't have him on the bench for sure.
Hmm.
Maguire is now shooting from distance. That's only thing left to see. Wow,
I,
horrible,
I don't know
horrible,
where this
horrible.
urgency is. Last 10 minutes, everybody's like being urgent. Oh, go, 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 go. And then they'll
Yeah.
come up on social media and say, oh, we are so sorry. It was a very bad performance. We are United
Hmm.
players. We should not be doing this. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are
Yeah,
United
that's the,
players. You
the
should
yeah,
have played on the front foot from the first whistle, not just on
yeah,
social media.
yeah. I think yeah, like you said, it's the same tune like for the post-match interviews you see from Harry Maguire, you see from anyone after losing a game or even drawing a game. Like it's not good enough. We'll do better next time around. When is that next time around coming?
Yeah.
Like
I think Harry Maguire
when
has
is
gained
that?
in confidence
Yeah, for sure.
with
He's
that shot
shooting
that
from
he took. Yeah.
outside the box. Yeah,
Dude, that
good for
guy, he dinged
us.
the defender. You see? He didn't take the shot first time.
Yes,
He's like moved
yes.
in and then
Just bad. Yeah. Again, no urgency from the players. Oh wow, what a pass!
that
Callum
is what
Wilson is
Tellis
all alone.
and the others, would do. The way they play and their aggressiveness on the pitch.
Hmm.
Tellis, Cavani, they'll bring in that spirit that we don't
Yeah.
see on the squad with our players. Like I would have loved to see Jesse Lingard in the squad. Jesse Lingard,
He's not in the squad even like
yeah.
on the bench as well. Like
Like I would keep Odin Igalo out. I don't care Odin Igalo is there or not.
yeah, why? Why is he there? I think it's in his contract. Like he has to see the game at least 20 to 25 games. Just watch the 20 games from the bench.
Because when Cavani comes in, I don't think Igalo would even be in the squad.
No, no, no chance. Yeah, it worked out well for like a couple of months at the beginning, but yeah, it has not come to any fruition. It's bad.
Newcastle seems to be having a better, you know, play than us.
It does not hurt Newcastle to go away with a draw. It's us who need the points.
Yeah,
We are in 15th. We Newcastle
we're
I think is
just
better than us at this point in
we're
time.
like one place above
Yeah.
relegation.
So we should be the ones who should be dictating this game, the pace of the game. We should be showing urgency. We should be throwing everything at them to get those points. But it does not feel like that though.
And like long balls and everything.
Yeah,
Mata is still there on the pitch, man.
absolutely. Yeah, I think he has done well though, Mata, for
Why Van de Beek
like
left it?
yeah for his limited abilities he has due to his age. He has definitely done well. He knows how to find spaces in the box for sure. But again, he is not a right winger.
Bruno is trying to find Mata.
Yeah,
Mata just kept running. He ran ahead of the ball.
yeah.
This is what I like about Van de Beek. Van de Beek could have stopped it, but he's like, "Oh, Mata's behind me. I'll leave it."
Mm, mm.
Like these three players are very intelligent. Like off the ball
Yes.
skills are amazing.
Also, I think Mata and Fernandez they quite gel well together. Like
Hmm.
they know the games pretty well to like move the ball around very fluidly.
Like Van de Beek
So,
from the front, he presses as well, and
mm,
frankly, he would have done a better job.
yeah,
I don't see Newcastle offering any sort of threat to any team this year. Like the players that they've
yeah,
bought, they're still very blunt there
absolutely.
in their attack.
Yeah, I think there's a fair comment in the live comments. Like it says, Rashford, I think is not a number nine for sure.
Nah, he isn't.
Like Cavani will just walk into the squad next game for sure. I think also he agrees with the fact that Maguire has done well today, but I don't quite agree with McTominay doing well. Okay, so Bruno Fernandes is in. Beautiful, nice.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, that was
Oh,
beautiful.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, nice, 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 nice.
So United's 2-1
It's a
up. Is that
beautiful,
any
beautiful
VAR
goal.
check or anything? Because I'm like 2 minutes
No,
behind.
no, I don't think so. There's any war debate for this
Okay,
one.
so I'll update the score.
Yeah,
2-1 Man
yep, that's
United.
a beautiful.
I mean, this was one game that we had to win,
Yeah. Oh,
irrespective.
you just watch the finish once you get. Just watch the finish.
Okay, Donny van de
It's
Beek has started.
beautiful,
So
beautiful.
Donny van de Beek passed to Mada. Mada passes to Rashford.
That's just beautiful.
Oh, Rashford to
Clearly,
Bruno. Now,
that's
that,
just
did
real
you see the
quality,
run?
man.
Everybody, as soon as somebody got the ball, the other player overlapped him. That was
Yep,
there was
yep,
always a
absolutely.
person ahead of us to get the ball and the person behind us to get the ball.
True.
This is what we don't get with Daniel James, and
Yeah,
Rashford was out on the left now. That's why he,
yeah.
took hold of his strength.
And that this is exactly what Martial does with Rashford as well. Like if you note that Martial actually keeps hold of the ball there, and Rashford makes those overlapping runs from him, and Bruno. Everyone kind of plays in and around him. So I think yeah,
Hmm.
Martial is one of the best at this, and that's
That's
why
that's an
Solskjaer
amazing goal.
prefers him. Yeah, that's
So
beautiful
that's the
finishing shot.
counter-attacking football that we're all waiting for. 90 minutes, the
Yeah,
first counter-attack that we see, and
yeah.
it's a goal.
It's
And
good to see the other thing that we have Fernandez, Pogba, and Van de Beek all
Ole
on the
is feeling
pitch.
happy, like this was his plan all the way. It's terrible.
Yeah,
Like I don't give any credit to Ole for
yeah,
this. But yeah, you were saying now.
yeah. I think it's good to see that Bruno, Van de Beek, and Pogba all on the pitch at the same time. Like
Yeah, and
I personally thought it's not quite going to work out for those three all at the same time on the pitch and keeping the team together. I think that's actually good to see
do you think we can keep hold of
how.
this scoreline? Because I don't know if
No,
United
I
can
think
hold the
I think
scoreline.
they are creating chances. Newcastle they are trying to create. I think yes, we got saved.
So one thing to note here
It's
is that
Jonjo.
goal was created by Donny van de Beek
Beautiful,
and his
beautiful.
pressing.
Van de Beek is free. Van de Beek. Oh, Pogba, come on. Oh, oh shit. It's good. At least we will get the 3 points if we get like keep hold of this lead. At least. Is it Tellus coming on?
He'll get by on before he gets Dallas, is what I feel.
Oh, buy? Is it buy? Who's 31? Oh no, Matic. He's just trying to shut down. Mata will be coming off and Matic will be coming on, which is fair.
Dude, we all remember how that went with Sheffield United when Martial was taken off and a defender was brought on, and we
Oh
conceded a goal.
yes, don't don't remind me of that.
But I think Marda taking Marda off
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
good choice
I
right
think
now.
89th minute
He's
he
played.
has done good enough. He
Uh,
has, yeah,
okay, something of note has happened again. So with Bruno
yeah.
fans, I would say they've gotten their money's worth.
Oh, Van Bissaka has scored. Van Bissaka has
Aaron Wan
scored.
Bissaka, did I read it right? I haven't even watched it on the game.
What?
Is there a war check?
No.
Is war trying to
even
decipher was it
show,
Van
even
Bissaka?
show, even Solskjaer is surprised. Like what? Did we actually see that?
Okay, is it a legitimate goal?
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, the scoreline flatters us, to be honest.
absolutely.
Like, as a
Oh, what
United
a
fan,
finish
I'm
though.
saying 3-1 flatters us today. This does not
Oh,
address any of the problems and the imbalances that we still have in this squad. And the
yeah.
question mark on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's a coaching pedigree. I don't think he is a top 10 coach, to be honest.
What a finish. I think it didn't mean that to happen though. That kind of
Dude,
finish.
let me see, let me see. Aaron Van Bissaka. Okay, Rashford again with the assist.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Rashford has made the day for everyone. Like,
Yes, he has two assists now. Mata has done
everybody
well though.
surprised. Everybody surprised.
Credit credit
So,
to Mata though, he has done well. Mata is off now. Yeah.
so finally Van Bissaka made a run. You know, we were
Yep.
talking about the same thing. I think he meant this goal. He meant this goal because he took a shot at the goal. It wasn't a cross.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
wasn't a
was not a
cross.
cross though. Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he
He
meant
tried
it.
shooting it though. Yeah.
Remember in the first half, we were like, this guy did not run, and Bruno
Good for
passed the
that play.
ball
Yeah.
ahead. But we need to
Absolutely.
see more of this from Van Bissaka,
Yes.
that overlap, being that final man in the box and creating space for others.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think this should give him confidence. Van Bissaka now he has proof that if he makes those runs,
Absolutely.
he can wreak havoc.
It's a very important 3 points for United though.
Marta is happy that
It
he
was
moved on the left,
crucial. Yeah, I think it's crucial. It was
especially
crucial for
before that
United to get
PSG
that
game,
point.
man. That game is
Yeah, yeah,
huge. That game is
absolutely,
huge. This
absolutely.
team, if they can win 3-1 against Newcastle, like, and imagine having this urgency in the first half. We can always take Van de
Yeah,
Beek off if things are not working or if we see there's an imbalance. We
yeah.
can always take them off.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. So we'll have 6 points now, and we'll move to 15th. So congratulations on that.
It's a slow start, but I
Yeah.
think with 6 points, we are closer to Liverpool.
Oh, Bruno Fernandez.
Chelsea is
That guy's
8th.
so lively though.
This is one of the closest Premier Leagues, ever.
Yeah.
A lot of teams on
Do you
7,
think
8, 9.
do you think it was Van de Beek who kind of created those spaces for players to run in, and
Like Van de Beek
his
for
substitution?
sure created the second goal. For sure.
Yeah,
Like he lost the ball initially, but he ran back. No, he did
ran
not
back
lose the ball. He
exactly.
pressed the Newcastle player, won the ball, and then started the play that led to the goal. So Van de
Yeah,
Beek, he presses from the front. He's used to that
yeah,
game.
yeah,
And
yeah.
frankly, anybody coming out from Ajax's academy, they are total players, right? They
Is
play all across
yeah,
the pitch, so
yeah,
they can change positions easily. So Van de Beek, I think, is a
yeah.
valuable player. Bruno could
Hmm.
have had a hat trick today.
Yes, it's good to see finally 3 points. at least easy 3 points. Because I think it's also the fact that I think we were talking about it. That the Brighton game we could have easily lost it. It's
Oh
it's
man,
it's just that we got lucky.
Trossard was
We
unlucky,
just got
hitting the post twice, like from an
yeah
open position.
yeah yeah, and we got lucky with that. But I think this was kind of a convincing win. Other than the fact that we were frustrated for 80 to 85 minutes, that we are not creating enough. But yeah, I think football can be simple if you make it simple by just making those substitutions at the key moments in the game. Just like you said, if we had brought Van de Beek and Pogba in the 65th minute to 70th minute, we would have seen those runs made, those spaces created, those fluid passes played. I think that's what Solskjaer has to learn and learn pretty quickly because he has had 1.5 years now. It's not
Solskjaer is
fair to
close to his
keep
second
saying
year now. He'll be
yeah.
done with the
It's
second year in
not fair
December.
to it's not fair to say that he's still learning on the job because he has had enough time to get his grip on what his squad would look like and how. I think it's four. Rashford has killed the game. Yep, it's 4-1.
Dude, you're even quicker than notifications. What are you on? Is your laptop snoring cocaine or what?
It's 4-1. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm quicker than notifications. I don't know why.
Give me that stream, bro. My stream's the slowest than everything else. Because I'm in the 95th
Oh,
minute.
I think Bruno Fernandes has killed the game for Newcastle. What a pass! What a pass!
Van de Beek. With Van de Beek, no, you get that passing triangle going.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to like, good for Rashford as well. His confidence. It's good.
Okay, Bruno Fernandes. Ah,
Oh,
damn,
the
that
game
long
is
walk
done.
from the back. And again,
Yeah,
Rashi coming in from the wings and moving inside. Damn,
yeah,
that. So, four standout performances. Four players who need to take confidence from this game. Rashford, Van Bissaka, Harry Maguire.
yeah,
Bruno Fernandes is confident. I have no
yeah.
doubts about him.
He is ever confident. Like
But
that guy, you cannot hurt him.
but again, I don't know if this a goal or will VAR come into play because
No, it's a
Rashi's
goal,
looked to be offside.
and the match is done as well.
So was that the final shot?
Yeah.
Again, the scoreline does not flatter how we played today.
Yeah.
We just
Absolutely.
brought in bodies and changed tactics in
Bodies.
the
Yeah,
last 10 minutes. And Newcastle, they are a blunt squad. They had nothing
yeah,
to
yeah.
offer. They had nothing to offer in this whole game except from Alan St.
Absolutely.
Maximin's position, and they failed to capitalize on some of their performances. But again,
Absolutely.
Chelsea coming up next, in the Premier League. Do you think playing like this, we can even score a goal against Chelsea? Like Chelsea, I know
Chelsea, I think,
they
yeah,
have a weak
Chelsea,
defense.
yeah, absolutely. I think Chelsea have been conceding a lot. They are definitely it's definitely possible to get at them to score goals and to find holes within the defense, but we will leak goals as well. Their front three, their front five, they are potent enough to create chances and score goals. So it's going to be super interesting because there's a possibility that we score goals and they score goals. It's just the case who gets one more and wins the game. I think that's what is going to happen against Chelsea. But what I'm more interested in is the Champions League game which is coming up, and I think we were discussing yesterday as well. Like we are planning to schedule a live stream for that as well. So it's been a while since we have been in the Champions League.
Oh man, I would like to see
It's
those
going to be
Champions League
exciting.
logans,
Yeah,
that music
then
coming
yeah,
on back again.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's what we as United fans have been missing as well,
Yeah, for
and
once it'll be
that's
PSG and not
fair.
Zenit or
Yeah,
Partizan Belgrade or
absolutely.
Astana.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, for once, for once in a like long time, we'll know the teams we'll be playing against. Not like we cannot even pronounce the names of the teams, but yeah, it's going to be exciting. Again, like you said, some of the takeaways from the game for me would be first, if we start with the positives, I think it's really good for Rashford and Maguire to get those goals because they certainly needed it. They had to show that they are there in the team, and when the team needs, they can produce results. So that's good for them, and we all know that Bruno has that class in him. Anytime he gets on the ball, he creates for sure, and everything flows through him. And the other positive for me would be the change of bringing Mata in the squad. I think it was a good move. Uh, at first, I'll be honest, I was not quite sure with that change, but I think it worked out well for United. I think Solskjaer
Marta,
kind of knew what he was doing.
yeah, rightly so. When you say I feel Marta against these teams, and especially in this
Yeah,
season where a lot of teams are open, he will find spaces. I don't
yeah,
see teams pressing him because or having
yeah.
Marta along with Van de Beek and Pogba. Now you have
Yes,
people who have positional sense and can create spaces for themselves. So Marta flourishes in that
right,
role.
right. Absolutely. I think Mata was. I think for me, if I had to uh, give someone the man of the match, it would be Bruno Fernandes or Martial, given that they scored goals and got assists. But I think low key Mata was brilliant as well. Like he was finding those spaces, like you said. Uh, he he is a great player to have with Bruno Fernandes because they have that mental sync where they know that the other one is in space and we can find or rely on them to make things happen. But some things to be worried about would be again the lack of width provided by Shaw and Van Bissaka. I think Van Bissaka good on him to actually get a goal, but again he definitely has to work on his attacking side because that's something which is important now that we don't have we failed to get Jadon Sancho in on the right wing. So that will be crucial this season that Van Bissaka starts getting some kind of assists or something from we start getting something from the right hand side. It's crucial for us. We know that on the left we have Telles who is known to make those runs, bombing forward. I think yeah, it's all on Van Bissaka to yeah work on that. And the other aspect is not getting Van de Beek on the pitch for like 78, 75th or 80th minute. I think that's something interesting. Maybe Solskjaer thinks of him as someone who can come on and make an impact, but I definitely see him as a starter who can work well with Bruno Fernandes, Van de Beek, or Fred, or McTominay, or someone behind them to give them stability. I think it's going to be interesting, but yeah, I agree with the decision that Pogba had to be dropped for this game. Uh, and yeah, those are some of my takeaways. What about you? What did you like about the game? What do you think could have been done better?
About this game, what I liked was United was in control.
Yeah.
Like we were not playing at our best, but we were
Hmm.
in control against a Newcastle side that, frankly, uh,
We're not
they
giving shit. Yeah.
they don't turn up every game week, right?
Yeah.
They played well against Burnley, but again that was like penalties and Alan St. Maximin running the show. Today Maximin was running the show, but they Newcastle lacked that final end product, I would say,
Yeah.
and that was where we got lucky.
Yeah.
And at 1-1, I
Absolutely.
was telling you that this game, if we draw, it'll be more than a loss. It'll be akin to that 6-1
Absolutely.
loss because
Absolutely.
we had
Absolutely.
to win this game. And when Bruno missed that penalty, I was like, shit. There are more worries than positives to take away.
Yeah,
So one positive is that A, we kept the game in control that should have been kept in control. B, Harry Maguire at the end of a
yeah.
goal with a header, and with Tellis coming in, he'll have more of those opportunities from the left as well as on the right with Bruno.
Hmm. Hmm.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka scoring a goal with an overlapping run, that would show him that this is what needs to be done. So that is something I hope he, ingrains in himself and his style of play and does more of it. Okay, we'll be left, exposed at the back because our right winger does not track back when our, right back is up ahead. None of those
Right.
players overlap each of their
Yeah.
positions. So that will be a worrying sign for me, but I want Wan-Bissaka to, at least get into that box or into that position and create that opportunity. Another positive, Mada playing, getting a run in the squad, especially against the likes of Newcastle, Brighton, with these teams or Crystal Palace, who can be very rugged or stubborn. A Mada can unlock, new spaces from where we can score goals. And throughout the game, he was trying to
Right.
do that, move into positions so that he could stretch a player out wide. And I think he did that effectively. Worries again, lack of width on the wings. The defense is still a suspect, and Van de Beek on the bench. And I feel Ole still doesn't know his best 11 yet,
Right.
and he still hasn't figured out a formation that
Yeah.
will suit this team or will maximize the strengths of every player in a squad. I still think Ole has to do some tinkering. 4-2-3-1, I don't see it helping us out a lot. 3-5-2, definitely. That's where we
Yeah.
can bring out the defensive strengths of our team.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, yeah, I think 3-5-2 is something I don't like personally, because it feels like we try and sit back for a while and soak up pressure and hit teams with our pace. But yeah, absolutely. I think Solskjaer is still trying to find his best 11. He's still trying to figure out what his midfield would look like. So yeah, I agree with that. But all in all, I think it's a good win, a convincing win, like you said. Let's just take this time off and enjoy the win as much as possible, because we know the run of games we have in the coming weeks,
This week is
and it's
lit.
going to be super difficult. And I think a lot depends. I think there will be a lot of pressure on Solskjaer as well if he does not deliver in in the upcoming 4 games, at least 2 to 3 of them. I think he is going to be under a lot of pressure, and could well we could well see him lose his job as well. So it's highly likely if we just lose 4 of the next 4 games. So
Like
yeah,
B,
let's
how many
yeah.
points do you think we can win from the next three games? Both Champions League and Premier League included. 9 points on the line, and
So
we play
there
Chelsea,
are,
PSG.
yeah, yeah,
It's Arsenal next after PSG,
Arsenal. So
and then
PSG,
Leipzig.
Chelsea, Leipzig, and Arsenal.
Hmm.
So out of the 12, I think if Solskjaer manages to get, I would say, at least 7 points. So a win against maybe Chelsea, a win against Arsenal, and a draw against maybe PSG and Leipzig, maybe also. So maybe if we get 8 points out of 12, that should be uh, good enough for Solskjaer to keep his job until Christmas for sure. So because I think Champions League games, they are away as well. So
No,
my
I think
my
we're playing
understanding,
home. No,
no, I think
PSG is
PSG game
away.
is away and
PSG is
Leipzig
away.
might be home.
Leipzig is home
Yeah.
because we're
So
playing Chelsea
if
home,
yeah, if
Arsenal
you if
home.
you if you think of the fact that playing away in the Champions League games, if you just manage a draw, that's good enough. Because if you manage to win your home games, you are in a good position to qualify as well. So maybe if you think along those lines, maybe the Leipzig game we need to win, and if we manage to get a draw in the PSG game, that's 4 points in 2 games in our group. And we all know how competitive our group is going to be and how difficult it can be for us to qualify or get out of that group. So yeah, maybe if we get close to 8 to 9 points, Solskjaer job should be good enough for Christmas. But if we lose all four, or if we just manage one draw or something like that, and we get 1 point out of 12, yeah,
I think
that's
it'll
going
be
to be hard.
one thing to note here is we're doing well away from home.
Yeah, at
Then
home, I don't know why we are struggling at home, because given there are no crowds in the game, the home games and the away games should be almost having the same atmosphere, because there's no pressure.
and again, it may. Do you think it has to do with the fact that United, because of the size of their pitch, they're not able to
Possibly
make take advantage of the width? You know, Ferguson's
width
teams,
of, yeah,
they would
yeah,
play along the width. He set it up so that they could take advantage of the
yeah,
wide areas. But our team goes narrow, and
yeah.
we don't use it to our advantage. Crystal Palace, they have good wingers, Townsend,
Mm,
Zaha, who hug the touch lines and then they come in. So I think they had that benefit there than us. Do you think
mm,
that can
yeah.
be a factor?
That's highly likely, but I don't quite see how that could be happening to United, because uh, most of the players we have are from the youth squad, and they know how to play at Old Trafford, and they have enough experience, other than I think Van der Beek, who has not quite had the chance to play at home in front of the crowd as well. So I think other than that, I don't see how that could affect our team. And given we have so many experienced players who have played at the highest level, uh, I that shouldn't be a reason that's affecting our squad. I think it's just that the quality of players we have is not good enough at this point in time.
Hmm,
It's
hmm,
sad,
hmm.
but I think that's, yeah,
Well, that'll be but
yeah,
anyways, I feel it's a good boost before the PSG game.
yeah. But
PSG,
we'll
I
be
think it
back.
will be
We'll be
too
back.
fast for United. Mbappe,
Yeah,
Neymar on the wings, Icardi through the middle, and then who's there? Juan Bernat, is he their fullback? PSG,
yes,
and
yes.
they got a new fullback, right?
And
A
we'll
new right
have
back.
we'll have Angel Di Maria as well back
Ah,
there.
I forget Angel Di Maria. Angel Di Maria. So PSG
The
would
snake.
most probably line up in a 4-3-3.
Yeah,
I don't care about
yeah.
Angel Di
Let's
Maria.
see.
we we need to like if I'm Ole, I would rile that guy up. I'll just kick
Yeah,
him,
absolutely.
push
Just
him
ruffle
around.
him up a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that is something that I want this United squad to do. You know how Jose Mourinho and Jose
Show some
Mourinho is
character.
like.
Yeah,
Be hard against them, show them that
yeah,
you're the boss, not they.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we have players who
Absolutely.
can do that. Alex Telles, I mean, any day, that guy against Di Maria, because Alex Telles is Brazilian, that
Hmm.
Brazil versus Argentina factor can come in. So, but
Let's see. It's going to be interesting, though. I can't wait for the Champions League game, because it's been quite a while, like we already said.
way
It's
too
I
long.
can't
I
wait.
still
I'm just
remember that
just just excited for the game.
Barcelona drubbing. I still remember that draws that we dished
Correct.
out. David De Gea with two sloppy
I think
goals.
also that was the time around which we started our channel. So it's
Yeah, it was
fair
around
that
March,
we are,
March of
yeah,
last year. Yeah.
we are back in the Champions League, and let's hope we do well. Let's hope that we get some confidence and carry this confidence into that game as well. And yeah, let's just enjoy the result we have. We got the necessary 3 points, which
Hmm.
we really wanted at this juncture. And yeah, we have played one game less than the other teams. I think it's just us and City who have played one less, one. I think
Yeah,
there
we're
must be
on
two other teams,
four.
but yeah,
We're on
yeah,
4 games. Almost
yeah.
every other team except Aston Villa and I think Sheffield.
Aston Villa and
No,
Sheffield, yeah.
Burnley.
So
Burnley. So us,
yeah,
Burnley, City, and Aston Villa. We'd
Aston
have
Villa
played
have
one
played
game
four
less than
games.
others.
Yeah, okay, okay.
So with
So we still have a chance to get those 3 points and actually start challenging, because the Premier League seems to be quite open this time around, with a lot of teams getting unexpected results, a lot of teams doing well against all odds. So yeah, let's put up a challenge. Even though we didn't get the players we needed in the transfer window, that's for sure. But we can definitely do good enough with this squad, and it all now comes down to Solskjaer to
For sure,
show
for
that.
sure. Like, okay,
Yeah,
we may not have a Jadon Sancho on the right, but I'm excited to see Facundo Pellistri
yeah,
making a mark in the squad, and then Traore coming in January to buff up
absolutely,
in the squad. They're
absolutely.
young kids, but with huge potential. And Cavani and Pellistri, two Uruguayans together on the pitch. I think they'll Pellistri might just have even more confidence having, a
Yeah, yeah,
compatriot
absolutely.
and a leader in Cavani who can sort of mentor him and coach him on the pitch. So that'll be exciting to watch. And one thing to remember, if we beat Chelsea, we'll go above Chelsea with a game in hand.
That's quite something, right?
So that's the
Because
state of the
having
Premier League so far.
yeah,
That,
yep, yep.
despite having bad games, everybody is very
Everyone
close.
seems to be yeah,
Maybe
everyone seems to be dropping points left, right, and center. So
and
we
Liverpool,
genuinely have a chance.
I see Liverpool dropping even more points with Van Dijk
Yeah,
going
yeah,
out. So
absolutely. They are in a very difficult position now, and it's going to be. And I think one of their strengths last season was the fact that they were getting clean sheets because of Van Dijk and Allison at the back. And now they have lost both of those players. Maybe Allison might be back for like the next
against
next
Sheffield,
game or something
yeah.
like that. But Van Dijk, who is out for potentially 5 to 7 months, I think that's huge. And an ACL injury is not. We have seen players in the past coming back from ACL injuries and not look the same, and just look like the ghost of the player they were before having that injury. So it's. I hope he gets well soon, but it's going to be interesting as well, like how he comes back and from this terrible injury.
That's the thing with Van Dijk. I think he's still an intelligent defender. Maybe
Yeah,
he'll lose pace for sure.
absolutely,
Like he won't be the same
absolutely,
defender,
absolutely,
but
absolutely.
his reading of the game and his
Yeah,
leadership qualities more than make up, for his pace and his on the ball ability. And
absolutely,
for me, Van Dijk, I think he's still a leader on the pitch,
absolutely.
and all he needs is a mobile centre back, not Joe Gomez or Joel Matip,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else who can partner him. Even then, they'll be a strong squad.
Yeah, I
I'm not
think
worried about
Liverpool have
Liverpool.
big problems, so they will drop points for sure, like you said. Chelsea, they look like giving away goals like Christmas presents. So I think they will definitely, uh, yeah, they are definitely there to be gotten at. I think Tottenham is someone we should be keeping an eye out as well. Like they can be
Tottenham
rejuvenated with
has bought
Bale.
players
Yeah,
left, right, and center. They even bought from the championship.
yep,
They left nothing to chance. Like we could have gotten Ismaila Sarr. I still don't know why we didn't go for him. And we should have put in a bid, and Ismaila Sarr would have pushed out for a move.
yeah,
But Tottenham
yeah,
has strengthened every position. They have two players.
yeah.
And Mourinho, I think he wants to win the Europa League, and
He
he,
definitely wants to get his hands on that trophy for
yeah,
sure.
and
No,
he
no
wants to
chance.
challenge for the title. That's why he has
No
two
chance.
teams now.
Yeah,
So that's that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is also done with his press conference. We'll have to see what he said.
what he said. But yeah,
But
we'll be back. We'll be back for the Champions League game. I think it's on.
let me
Just
see.
confirm when
Man
it's
United's
on.
game is Tuesday, I think, if I am not wrong.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's on
Tuesday.
Tuesday at 12. So we should be back for that. And yeah, it's going to be interesting, exciting, and we'll be nervous at the same time.
Lot of things to discuss for that game against PSG.
Yeah,
Well, so that's it from us for today. As for us United fans, it's a good start back after the international break to the Premier League. And 4-1, I still feel it flatters our performance, but I'm grateful that we scored four
yeah,
goals to help our goal difference a bit. and to move above teams in the table to 14th and be as far away from relegation as we can. Hopefully, Solskjaer recognizes some of the flaws in this squad, and the team gains confidence for the ever important PSG game
Right?
for our first Champions League in about a year. So until that time, I'm excited. I'll rest well today. And you guys hope you have a great weekend as well. So until PSG, have a
See you
good one.
guys.
Red Devils United. Ta-da!